on full time.
All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Realms of the Wild. Yes, this is our custom open legend RPG adventure set in our weird version of the Breath of the Wild universe, and the people below me, and single empty room are the people that have decided to do this. For those of you, if you're wondering why the overlay looks different than it normally does, it's because someone significantly less talented and skilled is streaming today.
Oh, shut up! It looks fine.
And
It's Jody, if you couldn't tell
yeah,
by the
it's me.
self-deprecation. Jody is
Oh, you
making
can
fun of
tell,
himself.
really,
No,
actually. Yeah.
I'm
Elias.
I have to say, as much as I give Elias crap all the time because that's how I learned to interact with people, it is really amazing the stuff that he's created here, and I don't think we give him anywhere near enough credit for just how well this is put together. So, congratulations for being awesome, Elias. I have much more respect for what you do now.
Your
I'd
gift
like
is
to
a
thank
Metroid
the
game.
Academy.
Your gift is a new Metroid game coming out next month. Congratulations.
But you didn't know I had that kind of pull.
Credit for all the credit he's given us.
So yeah, because I'm running things today, there may be issue. If there are any weird sound things, let me know. I have not. I've balanced the sound as well as I can. But if voices are too quiet or music is too loud, just say something in chat, and I will probably miss it until someone else tells me about it. But it'll get fixed eventually. Otherwise, I think it's time for announcer moments. First things first, we did a thing called Zeuthon. It was super cool. Like, do we know the? I know it was over 10 grand. Does anyone have the exact total on them right now?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
It's like
raised
on
over
that
$10,000.
Right?
I will tell you this: we raised more this year than we raised, in almost every single Zeuthon combined, aside from last year's. So everything leading up to 2020 combined, we still raised more this year than that, which is insane. So thank you.
$10,750.69.
Thank you, Elias.
I definitely don't have that on me.
Neither do I.
What you're saying is when Realms is involved, we raise more money. I think that's what we're saying here.
I mean, I think that tracks.
Sounds about right.
And
That is one correlating data point, yes.
has absolutely nothing to do with all the other amazing people like Forrest Minish and all the other guests that kind of showed up as well. Yeah. Nope, it's all Realms. So yeah, that was super cool. For those of you that are unaware, PAX West is actually happening. And as in actually happening, I actually watched the Acquisitions Incorporated game last night, and they had a live audience for the first time in a year. And that was super cool. It was a cool game. I love it. Acquisitions Incorporated is the reason Realms exists. Acquisitions Incorporated is the reason I got into RPGs. So,
Hey, Elias, why aren't we at PAX this year?
We are.
Oh, tell us more.
Well, Jody was going to do that if you'd
I
like
was
to get to the
right
announcements.
about to, but no, that's a good, that's a really awkward transition too. So
Sorry.
yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. So at PAX, we do have a panel tonight at a specific time.
7 p.m. Pacific.
7 p.m. Pacific. And which panel?
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Oh, that's a fantastic question that I will have an answer to once I pull up the PAX
schedule. It is a panel at PAX involving Zelda Universe people. I would assume, are Amanda and Mary going to be there? Maybe?
Yes. In fact, they are here right now, just off screen.
Hi, Amanda and Mary.
Mary, Amanda, hello.
They can't hear us.
Fun that you guys are shouting at them when you can see Elias has headphones on.
I'm going to anyway. Mary can feel it. It's also being streamed as well. I believe it's PAX 3 on Twitch.
So the panel name is. Why am I okay? It's dangerous to go alone. Take friends. Link may be the hero of time, but he didn't get there on his own. Blah blah blah. Companions. Blah blah blah. Relationships. It's at 7 p.m. in the Sasquatch Theater if you're here in person, or if you're not, on twitch.tv/PAX3.
So very cool.
Is this a panel where we get to hear your soapbox on why Ilya is the best character in Zelda?
I'm going to hijack the panel and talk about that.
I am holding
Watch Amanda just blow up.
Amanda will literally
For those of you at PAX, you can watch Amanda's face turn various shades of red live, as opposed to just watching it on Twitch. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so those are the two big, Zelda Universe stuff. There is there was a bunch of announcements that came out last week about new stuff that ZU is doing. There are currently two dub projects that are going to be going on. One of which
we're doing Skyward Sword and Wind Waker again.
Okay, so Skyward Sword, I believe, has already been cast. Correct?
No, actually, I think they're still in the. I don't think we've opened up auditions yet.
Okay, so both of those things are coming. There's also a new show that's going to be showing up pretty soon here. That I can't remember what it's called, but Alex would totally know that, being the media director.
I have been currently moving, so I am useless to you today, Jody.
Sure. Okay. So the best thing
keep an eye on Twitter.
Watch Twitter. Head over to the YouTube channel because they have a video announcing all of it that's done in the Nintendo Direct format, and it's really well done. Like Amanda snaps, and then you hear the and then it's cool.
Trevino has been doing really good work as he does normally for it.
Yeah. Now, are there other announcements? Like, what would be a really cool announcement is if, like, maybe if someone had done something like really, really big that they'd been like spending a lot of time on, like maybe over a year, and maybe like releasing a novel or something. That would be a cool announcement, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah,
if someone's,
we can move on.
Yeah, do we have people who are like that here? Do we?
I don't know. Do we have a published author on?
Is there a published author in the building?
Not anymore.
For those of you wondering what we're talking about, the amazing Kiri Callaghan has finished her second book in the Terramarium Chronicles series. It's called Changeling, and it is available.
Link fell into the chat.
Look at that!
Oh, what are we going to do?
It is available for pre-order right now. As much as Kiri may not want to toot her own horn, I have no problem doing that. Kiri is amazing, a wonderful person. And one of the things that'd be super, super cool that we would love to be able to add to the numerous titles that she already has would be New York Times bestselling author. And the way that happens is if you sell... the bestseller list is based on effectively your first week of sales. But
which will include pre-order weeks. So
yes.
We have 3 as opposed to just 1.
So any sales that are made this week or this past week, next week, and the week after will all count towards that first week and possibly getting her on not only the New York Times bestseller list, but various bestseller lists out there, which would be super, super cool. So pre-order the book. They have both hardcover and softcover versions, depending on your particular
An
fondness.
ebook will be available on the 15th.
It's also on every international retailer as well. So if you are outside the US,
that
you have
link I
too.
went and found all the people. Like,
So
So
go
please
support that.
pre-order it. Tell all your friends and things like that. I have the first book. It is right there. Though I don't think you can see it. It's just barely cut off.
I know that pocket
Yeah,
one.
if you have the book or you've seen the book art, you can tell what book that is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yes.
Oh wait, but they might not be able to see it because you're cut off.
Yeah, it's literally where it cuts off is right at the bottom of that shelf or the top of the
whoop.
shelf. So they
Oh,
can
it
see the
sounds
top of the
like you
shelf
need to
and
bring
nothing
Alice
on it.
down a shelf.
It
Yeah,
just looks like a very empty shelf.
wouldn't want it. I have a third bookcase that I still need to build. As soon as it's built, that will change from empty bookcases to full of minis, and I have literally like 6 or 7 boxes full of Power Rangers action figures that I plan to fill there.
That tracks.
Weirdly,
That tracks.
weirdly bare shelves, knowing like you've got collector stuff and a lot of books.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like I
Who are you? What have you done with Jody?
If it makes you feel better, I'm literally about to have that exact same problem. We're just gonna have boxes of crap all over the place.
So anyway, yes, please. Not only pre-order it, but share it with all your friends. You know, tell them to get it for Christmas presents, stuff like that. You know, we're super excited about this. Curie is a phenomenal author, and deserves to have all the cool stuff. So
Hot tip: if you haven't bought Alice yet, buy Alice and pre-order Changeling at the same time, because when you finish Alice, you're immediately going to want to start Changeling, and so then you don't have to wait.
Yep.
I love you and I'm sorry it's been so long. It's been a hard book to write.
I'm
You
not
still
mad at
have
you.
both
I'm mad at
J.R.R.
The
or
fact that I had to wait, but
fair.
it's not because like
George
I
R. R.
understand
Martin.
logically, and I'm good with it. But it's such a good first book that my like reader self is like, more book.
you still have George R.R. Martin and Patrick Rothfuss beat by years.
I mean, you're
And
not
at this
wrong.
point, I think George R.R. Martin, you're getting close to beating him by a decade. So,
Yep.
This is why it's important to plot your books, kids.
while I may not be the biggest George R.R. Martin fan, Patrick Rothfuss is a lovely person. So,
Oh, he is. He's lovely.
Yeah, can we start calling George R. R. Martin's books just like abandoned fanfics now? And someone else to adopt them?
Why you gotta call me out like that, Ilya?
Oh boy.
so that being said, do we have other announcer moments?
I want to say something, and so does Alex.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll let Aaliyah go first because hers is way cooler than mine right now.
On Thursday, I had my prelims defense, and I passed, so I'm now a PhD candidate.
Yay!
Everybody clap.
Pretty soon here, she will have extra letters in her name.
I already get to put ABD, so that's fun.
I don't even know what that
which
means.
stands
That's exciting.
for.
All but dissertation.
Oh, I was about to say ABD, a big damn.
Yeah, my dad keeps calling it ADD for fun, so
I excited to call you Dr. T-Bone? Yes.
Oh yes.
If you do not
Wait,
teach at
wait,
least one
you-
class where you go, hello, my name is Dr. T-Bone.
Ilea, you need to change your Twitter name to that. That's too good.
Dr. T-Bone would be awesome.
That's too
It
good.
would be amazing.
talk to me in 2 years if that's
All right,
what
I
end up
got you.
defending.
I got
Bet.
you.
We may still be in this intro at that point. Um,
Maybe. My only announcement is I'm officially back on this show more often. The reason why I couldn't be,
Yeah, we fired him for a while.
yeah,
Well,
we did.
I deserved it. Let's be clear. No, I worked retail for most of the pandemic, and when the pandemic hit, my entire schedule completely got fucked over. But I just moved to California, and as of right now, weekends are fully clear. And so Bird Boy's back.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
prefer
excited.
the conspiracy theory where we finally figured out how to separate
Look.
Alex and Kiri again.
I mean, I was gonna say
I-
that.
Went on an interdimensional journey together.
It was
and
really
there were
fun.
complications that resulted from that. But after some talks with some wizards, things are
We
okay.
came out better friends.
And
Did
a
you get engaged?
surprisingly helpful
and we found
English
out
doctor.
the interdimensional fusion was the friendship we found along the way.
The only way we'll actually really signify that we are the different people is actually meeting up again. But that'll
That's
be
true.
when I come to LA next.
Yay!
So-
Yeah, one of these screens is actually pre-recorded. We're being very careful with.
Oh,
We
I can
rehearsed
imagine.
for weeks.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was
that-
really impressive.
Which
It
is
was a
crazy
lot.
because that's the real reason we were gone for so long.
It
It's
was
like
a
that-
rehearsal.
That Doctor Who episode with the Weeping Angels, where they like are reading from a script and interacting with the recorded video.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't
That
realize
time machine worked so well.
Time is a weird soup.
Yeah, that's
live, RPG game, like live play games like this, are completely rehearsed and scripted. Just ask any of the people that watch Critical Role, or I'm trying to think of one of the other ones. High Rollers, I think, has been accused of it a couple times.
Yeah, so those natural ones totally rehearsed.
Yeah,
It's hard to roll natural ones so consistently.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's accused this show of that though, because have you just seen the
I mean, how
chaos?
much of this show is just us bullshitting?
All of it?
They only accuse you of that when good things happen to the players. When they try and do
So-
something, rip a hole in the fabric of reality, and the hyper romantic shadow one has to save all their asses, then they just go, "Wow,
You know you're in trouble.
Is that what we're referring to as the hyper
Yes.
romantic shadow? Hyper romantic.
I was trying to think, like, I was thinking of words that I could use, because I like to use the word hyper, because most people only use the word hyper to refer to, super energetic, but hyper, literally hyper and hypo, are just super saturated versus, under
Look, the English
saturated.
language is
I
dumb.
use hyper and hypo all the time.
Well, not a lot of people do.
Hyponaser, hypernasal. Like, there's
Well,
so many
you're a-
uses for it.
Medical type person.
medical type person?
Hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism.
Exactly.
I use the
Hyperkinetic
English
dysarthria,
language the way that
hypokinetic
it is.
dysarthria.
Because it stole
We
language from a
colonized
bunch
everything.
of other languages and at different points in time so that we get confusions about things like what the plural of octopus is.
I would just like to take this moment to thank Imp in My Head and Nerdy Minish for all the green in chat. Alex, get it together.
No, you can't make me.
Everything is green.
Fight me. You
Allow
won't.
me to assist.
I also
Excellent.
assist.
Excellent.
No, I will be the rogue here.
I mean, I only change the color of my name to deep red if I'm in a murderous rampage. So
Isn't
Why
that
isn't it
Zolta's
always
MO?
red? Yeah.
Zolta
During
and
realms.
Green Eye Trombonus are not the same person.
During realms. During
Oh.
realms. There was a stipulation.
That's right. Green Eye
You just make it- you
Trombonus
just make a
is going
second
to be a
account.
Doctor.
You need to make a second
So,
account. That's just Zolta.
Oh yeah, I have 3 accounts. What?
Finally, the last, unless, before I go to the final announcements, anyone else have any other announcements?
Z, you got verified on
Final
Twitter.
announcement.
Hey, that's kind of cool. Zu's
Oh
got
yeah,
a check
that's
mark.
true. Yeah.
That's awesome. As we mentioned before, there is a PAX panel tonight. That does mean you will see ZU people in the wild if you are actually at PAX West. So
Yes.
due to how the world is, I'm going to say refrain from hugging them, but perhaps
Do not
going up
touch us,
and
or I will call the
waving
police.
at a socially distanced distance
Make
would be
choices.
nice.
Do what the kids do in my school. They do air fives like 6 feet away from each other. It's great.
Yeah.
Get
But-
some
5.
6-foot long plastic mannequin arms and then just wrap them around Elias.
I will personally allow us to touch weenuses, but that's it.
Elias, excuse me.
Yes, Alex.
I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna
Do you
acknowledge
not
that
know
was
what the
said, and we're gonna
weenus?
move on.
Do you not know what the weenus is?
I don't know what your definition of it is, but
All right,
mine is
everybody,
not
show off your
particularly
weenuses.
The skin.
That's what that's called?
Yes.
Yeah,
At the
it's
elbow.
literally like the point of the elbow part.
I think it's specifically also the skin.
I thought it was
Yeah.
the bone there, but I could be wrong.
I never fucking knew that.
Jody,
Yes.
that's a
Weirdly,
joint,
I've
not a
known
bone.
that since grade school, and it had nothing to do
Yes,
with my
but
father's
the
medical
joint
profession.
is made up of
Yeah.
bones. Like
'Cause
my
I think
hip
that was-
joint
that
is a
was-
combination of my femur and pelvis. So
I no
Yeah,
joke. thought
basically,
that
when
was
you touch
actually
your
part of my
elbow,
dad's
you're
medical profession.
feeling the proximal end of your ulna.
I legit thought that was like something that my dad would do in his medical profession because he was a urologist, and I thought it was something down south. Apparently not.
no.
I mean, down south
I've
of your
learned
head.
I mean, more south than that, but we're not.
So the final announcer meant this game has been running for almost 4 years, folks.
Oh my god.
Our first ever episode was on September 30th, 2017.
2017. Yeah.
September
We announced
30th.
this show at the PAX panel 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh
so
shit, you're right.
pretty impressive. That means we have an anniversary coming up, and we are going to be doing another anniversary episode.
Swear to God, if you make it Metroid again.
Musical.
Actually,
Gonna continue it.
it is going because
Randomizer.
we didn't get to go through the copious amounts of randomization things that I created for it. It will be another randomizer. However, the plot itself will be entirely unique. I will say right now it is going to be non-canon with the actual game here, because the plot itself is going to involve the players in addition to their characters.
Oh fuck.
I've heard nothing about this. What are you?
He hasn't. He has no idea
I'm
what it
scared.
is.
All of a
So
sudden-
Nothing, Jody.
I'm scared, but I am intrigued.
This is fine.
Oh, dear.
yes, our anniversary game is going to be on October the 2nd,
Okay.
which is the first October. It's the first October of the year. It's the first
Wow.
October of the year.
Impressive.
It's the first
I don't
Saturday
think that's correct.
in October.
I have a splitting headache and probably am vaguely hungover, but I believe that's wrong.
Oh, I am extremely hungover.
Yay!
A little bit
You and me,
same,
Elias.
actually. A little bit same.
Anyway, yeah, it's the first Saturday in October. So everyone, it'll be at the normal time and everything like that. But please come. We will be using, just like last time, we'll be actually using channel points for that. So watch and save up channel points, and you can use them to, again, you can change everything. You can change, you can randomize classes, genres, give them randomized magic items, and also change who is playing which character. So
Anything
I'm
the
very
light
sad that
touches.
no one got to be DM last time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Everybody 50 legend.
I think it was expensive. Probably
Yeah.
on purpose.
Yeah.
I did have a minor announcement, but it kind of feels lame after that. So.
well, no. What's your
Yeah, well-
announcement?
I started working at a school that I found out the day before that I was working at, like going to work at. So I had to show up for a whole bunch of trainings. Anyway, it's a deaf and hard of hearing elementary school.
Yay!
So
That's
So
awesome.
Jax gets
Yeah.
to sign all
I
the
do.
time.
I do.
Congratulations, you won.
Thank you. I did. It's the only one in San Diego, and the SLP
Wow.
was on maternity leave. So I was like, and I'm the only vendor SLP who signed, so it just happened to work out, and it's
That's
super cool. Yeah.
Bird, love
Anyways.
that.
You would think.
See?
Well,
Pretty lame in comparison.
I was about to. I mean, as far as
Randomizer
SLPs
being
are
each other is a lot funner.
as far as SLPs are concerned, do you work with deaf and hard of hearing very often, or because it's a speech thing? Is
No,
that
you
not
do.
something that's very common? Because I would have thought more SLPs would sign.
No, surprisingly not. Yeah, no, it's not very common. There aren't very many like programs or like schools like this. There's okay. One of the schools that they can go to here in San Diego in middle school is called iMiddle, like iPhone, iMiddle. Anyway,
Interesting.
but they're very small and very hard to get into. But yeah, the next one is up in Poway, which is like farther north. Yeah, there's surprisingly not many services available. No programs. Yeah.
Yeah, I did an entire rant when I was talking about the Skyward Sword HD remake about the idea that people with motor disabilities cannot play the original game because of the precision that's required with the motion controls, and so having the controller only aspects makes it so someone like me with a tremor can actually play the game. And the most interesting thing about that is that was not a consideration whatsoever when they made the game. The only reason those things exist is because of the Switch Lite.
Nintendo doesn't really care about accessibility.
Well, that's accessibility in generally doesn't happen unless it's something that affects the normally abled. And it's a fight that the disabled community for a very long time have been. You seem very excited about something, Curie?
No, not excited. I just reminded me of this horrible thing that I learned about. Sorry.
That's fine. Anyway.
Like, I recently
You're
learned
excited.
about certain guidelines, and like a lot of the same guidelines that screw over like sex workers and like with like that kind of thing also target disability, like creators with disabilities in sort of these weird clauses that you can't talk about your disability unless it's in an uplifting or inspirational manner. Like Instagram has a whole thing. I was floored. Sorry.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
It
Yeah, it
upset me so much. Realize, like, you know that institutionalized ableism is a thing. Everybody hopefully knows that, but I had no idea it went that deep
It is.
and that blatant.
I don't know if I could call this lucky enough. My father was disabled for most of my life, and actually, before I was even born, or shortly after I was born, actually, he worked for the state of Arizona. With the he actually was one of the people that would go to businesses when the Americans with Disabilities Act was enacted in 1990, I think. His job was to go to businesses and go, hey, this is the ADA. These are all the things that you have to do. So I grew up with an expert on disabilities as my father, and I was taught all of these things. And the vast amount of things that I was completely unaware of still boggles my mind. The world that disabled people live in, or people with disabilities live in, is such a different world with different rules and different standards. And the more we can kind of bring this up and bring to light things, I was unaware that on Instagram you are not allowed to talk about the negative aspects of your disability. That would infuriate me.
I have epilepsy. I'm so happy that it kills my brain cells every seizure. I'm so happy.
You gotta
It's great.
be inspirational.
You
Well,
can
that's-
have brain
Clearly
cells die
that's
too.
the job of people with disabilities, is to be
Well, that's-
inspirational.
Again,
Yeah,
from my background of
that's-
being an actor, the thing you see, disabilities are only allowed to be in movies if either A, it is some sort of savant situation like Rain Man, where they're disabled, but because of their disability, they're superhuman. Or in horror movies, disabled people are allowed to be the bad guys. That's it. Disabled people don't exist in media unless they somehow make able-bodied people feel better about themselves, or are superheroes or kill people. That is the
Or
only way
side
we're allowed.
characters.
Yes, side characters that are meant to, it blows my mind. If you ever want to see something really fun, there is a play that was actually put in the West, it was put on in the West End in London, which is their version of Broadway, which was about a family with a severely autistic child whose father would shit on his wife's pillow and blame it on the kid so they could justify institutionalizing him. And the best part about it is the child in the play is played by a puppet.
Oh,
Everyone
I
else
remember this
is
thing.
human, but the character of the child is played by an adult with a puppet that looked terrifying.
Why do I recall this play?
Because
So.
it, like, you're in theater and it would absolutely have
It
got to.
became
What was
a
the
really,
play?
really big deal.
I can't remember the name of it, but I remember the puppet. I remember
this.
backlash and people being like,
The
the fact
autism
that
community
multiple people
specifically.
had to look at this and go, yeah, this
Yeah.
seems like a good plan.
Yeah,
And like there
I
were
remember
critics
this.
that went to it and said, "Wow, it shows how hard it is on the parents." And we're like, "No!" Yes, it is, difficult to, raise, but it's a heck of a lot more difficult to be raised by people like this and exist in a world anyway. So, now that I'm done with my little rant,
It feels like you weren't done, but you just cut yourself off for the sake of time.
well, yeah.
We are 40 minutes into the show.
I thought people
Oh,
wanted to actually
this is
watch
our
us play
show.
the game.
This
so
is really our show.
This is about 50% of the show normally, so.
Aaliyah,
You're
you're
not-
muted.
They're
not
also
wrong.
there for. Oh.
Yeah, there was a siren, and then I
Oh.
forgot. I'm just saying that, like, if you want to have a show that's us just talking about disability and like problems in the world, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
You can make
One of
a
these
show
days,
podcast
I'll
there.
do a stream on my Twitch channel, and
Do the
I'll
panel talk show.
we'll just have a little podcast about how much fun it is
I'm on
to
board.
live in an able bodied world when you're disabled.
I can add historical perspective.
I
like,
have
19th
no business
century stuff as
talking
well.
on that show, but I support it.
Well, and then other because my disabilities are mostly I have physical disabilities. Most of mine are mental disabilities. Things like institutionalization is absolutely terrifying to me. The reason I have this and a lot of my other physical disabilities is because I voluntarily committed myself to a mental hospital because I was told if I didn't voluntarily do it, I would be committed against my will, which is a lot worse for you. And the doctor there tried to kill me unintentionally, but had I listened to his advice, I would be dead. And it caused permanent damage. My stutter is one of those things. The seizures I have, all those things are all damaged from that. So, and that was a highly trained, schooled professional that did all this to me. So, yeah. Even
That means
with
nothing, Caesar degrees.
even with the vast improvement our mental health system has had since institutions and psych wards were the norm, it's still terrifying to think about what happens if especially if I had been involuntarily committed instead of voluntarily, where I was allowed to leave against medical judgment, but I was still allowed to leave. So anyway, let's play on that really upbeat note.
Yeah.
Yay!
I think it's time to return to the realms of the wild. The party went through some weird stuff, and now they're back in a clearing.
Best synopsis ever.
I mean, It is.
It's not wrong, but
It just what happened just then? Is everybody okay?
As
Well, I'm
far
good.
as all of you are concerned, you had kind of a strange dream last night. The weird part
Wait,
of
weren't we in the middle of a fight?
well, see, that's the thing.
It ended. It ended.
The fight ended, and then you all were rendered unconscious.
Okay.
And then when you woke up, everything seemed normal, other than this weird thing. And I think at the end of the game last night, somebody woke up with something.
Yeah, there was like a leftover Metroid thing someone had or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't remember the dates.
Man, I'm not armored anymore.
So, again, you were all, excuse me. You are all in this clearing. The bonfire itself is still burning pretty well, but all of the...
Is it morning or is it still the dead of night?
It's still the middle of the night. Though
I thought
you
it was
can start
like
to see...
dawn because Cass and Zolta were having coffee and morning death.
Well, no, they woke up in the middle of the night and were using the coffee to be conscious.
Oh, okay.
But you guys can see the kind of briefest glimpse of the sky starting to lighten. So you're thinking within the next hour or so here, you will probably be in pre-dawn.
So, guys, what happened? Looking at Arel and Pierre.
Well, you know that person in the town that like was into me playing when they were like dancing and stuff?
Honestly,
Like
that
how
feels like it
quickly
was
he
months
said
ago.
playing, so we couldn't just say, that one person that was into me
Into me
playing.
playing.
I mean, that's true. He was into, wasn't it? Well, he invited me to a thing here, and Arel wanted to come, and very quickly I realized that this was not what it was, and by the time we tried to get out, it kind of became too late.
Was it a thing where all the guests were secretly Yiga clan members and then they tried to attack you?
Yes. Yeah. Forgot about that. Glad you guys came when you did, so thank you.
Well, I actually came for a different reason, but you're welcome.
What did you come for?
Oh, well, long story short, I kind of remembered that the guy, Aurel's ex-boyfriend in the other Hyrule, might exist in this Hyrule, but maybe in a different way. And I remember actually seeing him earlier in town after I remembered that, and so I came to see if he was here. He wasn't.
No, he definitely wasn't.
That was a true point. He did come for me.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Just as a reminder, since it's been months, Pierre did have a one-on-one conversation with someone that appeared to be in a leadership position.
Yes, that is true.
Who was aware of multiple realms.
Yes, I was aware of that stuff. I don't recall if there was anything further into that was delved into at the time.
For the most part, he knew your history in the Wisdom Realm and was able to reference that. And I think that's as far as it got.
Yeah, I think he knew about Vara's past, but that was about as far as it went, if I recall. That episode was like in July, I think.
Maybe.
I barely remember it.
So yeah, that just the fact that because you guys are currently in the Courage Realm, thus far the only people that have been aware of other realms have been Impa due to her speaking with Brayak, and then Brayak because he somehow can go between realms just like you guys can.
Well, I'm sorry that you got ambushed like that. Is there any other cause for concern whatsoever? Any other thing we should be worried about?
Um, not to my knowledge. Am I forgetting anything, Jody?
That was the big thing, was just
That was the big thing.
someone in the Yiga clan knows about the realms.
Yeah. So aside from them knowing about these realms, I don't know if they're able to access it the same way that we can, but they are aware that they exist.
Wait, what?
When I was there, their leader pulled me aside, and they knew a lot about Vara. And they know about.
What's Vara?
Do you remember when I got arrested because of the back of like the guardian that?
Yeah, by Elder Jeff.
criminal?
Yeah.
Yes. Apparently, he knows of that realm and my past from there. That's not in this realm.
Yeah, but your name is Varro. I was wondering what Vara is.
Gotta pull out my word doc. Don't make me. Why are you making me question my own character?
Elias,
besides
don't dead name him, okay?
Thank you.
He dead named himself first.
I mean, it was an important part thing. So, in fairness, but I think it was Vara. Either way, past shit.
Well, that's highly concerning.
Yeah. So, but it's from a different realm. So I don't know if that's gonna make any. I don't know what else they know. I don't know how they got that information.
Do we think they work for that shadowy guy that killed the other Arels?
I think it's a possibility, but we need to keep that in mind. I have no idea. But
it sounds like we need to stop our trip to the Zora realm and go after these people.
How do we know that we're not just gonna find them on our way over to the Zora realm?
Are we though?
We don't know. They found us here.
And I mean, we are going to places to find out who died when. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that we have to go.
I think it's pretty important that we continue to go to Zora's domain.
Yeah, I think so too.
Great. Glad we're all in agreement.
Yep, up and away.
Well, okay, not right now because we should go back to sleep.
Oh,
But
Why?
should we? Have we
well,
slept?
you two haven't slept at all.
I don't remember.
We
And
just
we were
woke up
interrupted.
from something.
Yeah, but waking up from sleep versus regaining consciousness are two completely different things.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened after the battle, but
I don't know what happened after the battle
Had the
because I got
coolest
knocked
dream,
out.
and I was a
it reminded
badass.
me of a
That's what
really
I
cool book I read once.
My
Actually,
headcanon is that Pierre got knocked out so hard that he only woke up after everything. So,
well, I'm going back to bed, and I slowly start walking back to town.
Cool.
I guess I will follow.
All right. You guys are about to get back to the town proper is only about a 15, 20 minute walk. To get
thank
back
God.
to the actual inn, we got a subscriber.
Woo!
To get back to the inn itself is going to take you the better part of an hour. So by the time you guys
They're no closer in.
No.
Again, this is a remarkably small, mobile town. And the thing that...
For something so remarkably small, it takes a remarkably long time to get across it.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's only 30 minutes. From what... Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I was sitting here just going,
Yes,
it's not a
it's
massive... I have
Isn't
three
that a
different
logic
versions
stat?
of this town in my brain right now. And so the old version that you guys found Jackson, or Arel in, is big. It's really big. So this one is...
Is that the one we set on fire?
that doesn't narrow anything down.
Yes,
That's
yes,
fair.
that was the flower fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
So anyway,
Nice.
by the time you guys get there, you can see the beginnings of pre-dawn starting.
Well, I think we should
I
use
go to
our
sleep.
pre-science to fall asleep before.
You guys are able to get about 3-4 hours of sleep before they're starting to encourage you to leave, so they can clean the beds and everything like that. So.
Hey, person who's insisting I leave to clean the bed. Do you know where I can get some Goron juice around here?
Kind of looks at you. No. Maybe, well, there is a Goron, like, encampment on the very edge. There's only, like, 3 of them, but,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll go visit them.
Okay.
Also, we're looking for a guy whose name is, hey, Earl, what's his name again?
I love that Aurella's in your room.
Oh, we're
Well,
all
this
together,
is,
aren't we?
this particular inn is dormitory style, so it's bunk beds and things like that. They have kind of large, almost nests for Goron sleeping, because you're close enough to Death Mountain that you get Gorons every so often. So
And you're close enough to death that, wait. I want to make you comfortable as possible.
I don't remember.
Because we have a DM.
I-
He probably
The
also
name of
doesn't
that guy
remember.
was that guy.
I
Call him the
actually
Crazy X.
Exactly.
I actually intentionally did not tell any of you his name. Even
Aurel
Aurel.
I feel like
Even
calling
Aurel,
Aurel,
having
like,
had
he's her crazy
a
ex is
relationship
not going to narrow
with
it
him.
down for anybody.
Never learned anything other than his title, which he referred to himself as the manager.
Aurel, you dated someone without knowing their name?
Are you surprised?
It's like, as for a list of surprising things about Aurel,
No.
that doesn't make the top 10.
I'm not
No,
surprised.
no.
I'm judging.
No, hang on. Are we really going to just ignore that his title is the manager?
That's
Like,
true.
how did that
We
work
have-
in bed? Was it a, like, Karen fantasy? Like, I have questions.
I don't even. No, I don't want to. I didn't need that.
He
image in
might
my
have-
head. No.
He might have been the manager, but I was the owner.
I hate everything about that sentence. Ha.
My favorite thing right now is Elias's expression.
I
Both can take a legend point for that. That was brilliant.
thanks. I hate
Wow.
it. I hate that.
Thank you for the setup, Gary.
So amazing.
You are
My
so
my
welcome.
my. Mm,
Oh, man.
I hate that.
Aaliyah is so upset
I'm gonna
about
keep
this. She
talking
has
about
plugged
it.
her ears.
Is it safe now?
No.
Yeah.
Is it ever? Is it ever this cast?
My head hurts, but my heart is full. So it's all fine.
So anyway,
I turn back to the attendant
yeah.
and say, well, okay, we don't know his name actually, but excuse me.
BKE, big Karen energy.
I hate that. God. Ugh. My retail soul just died inside a little.
But hang on, I gotta clear my throat.
You have some more rocks. Maybe that'll help.
At this moment in time, Zolta is refusing to wake up. And if they keep poking her, she's going to glare at them and be like, no.
That's
And
different.
then
How?
just slowly cover her head with blanket.
Never not an
Castro's
eternal
just gonna
mood.
look at them and be like, I mean, you can try at your peril.
There
I will
are
not help you.
there's one younger gentleman, like 16, 17, that's talking with Aruna. There are 2 like 12-year-old kids that are coming through where Zulta is, and they both just go, excuse me, no. Shh. And then they look at Cass and they're like, but... And they just go to the next group of beds.
You know the thing that normally hides under your bed?
I mean, that kind of tracks.
So
Give them kids a bomb? What?
Wait, who needs a bomb?
apparently children didn't
Everyone.
Seraphin Griswold Traveling Chaos.
do. Aruna, you were saying.
I was saying, well, okay, we don't actually know his name, but is there anyone in town who is male and seems like they have the potential to be shady looking or maybe made of manager material but may not actually be a manager? Does this sound like anyone you know?
You can just see him die a little bit inside. I'm just here to make the beds.
So is that a no?
I don't know.
Okay.
The
Thank you for
Gorons
your
will
time.
know.
Oh, they won't. He just wants to get rid of you.
Yeah, passing him off.
Okay. Well, we'll go talk to them. Thank you. Oh, you want me to get out of bed? Okay, I'll get it.
I kind of imagined Aruna just laying there like this, talking to the kids.
Draw me like one of your French Gorons.
But we don't talk to the French Gorons.
Oh, that's
They
unfortunate.
get mad, especially if you try and speak Goron to the French Gorons. They just get pissed.
Look,
They're
it's
like,
not
come-
about what you say, it's how you say it or pronounce it correctly.
You're not incorrect.
So, after you all have woken up, possibly 7 hours later, depending on how long it takes for Zulta to relinquish her bed.
I like,
Still there to this day.
I like try to like do the magic trick.
And
And
that's
it's like
where
the ground.
Realms of the Wild ends. Zulta never gets out of bed, and
Legend tells that she's still there to this very day.
the legend of Zulta.
thank you for joining us
mean-
on this almost 4-year-long journey.
That's fair. I'm gonna go back to bed now then.
That ended in bed.
French Canadian Gorons are more friendly. The French Canadian Gorons will at least let you speak Goron to them, though they speak Hylian better than most Hylians. So
And they'll routinely bring up how they should actually separate from the rest of the Gorons and be their own people.
yeah,
But inexplicably, they say sorry, like Suri. Odd.
Also, no one judged me. Turns out I'm anemic right now, so I'm eating iron-rich foods.
good. Iron food
Yeah.
is good.
I would judge you for that.
Because
I've
I'm
got
eating
rocks for that,
food.
so-
Wherever
What
they
she
are,
means
they are
by
wrong.
iron rich is she's just literally taking like nuts and bolts. And...
she's
I mean, to be fair, it is actually nuts.
There you go.
she's
It was half right.
she's gone full of Runa. She's just
Yeah, I didn't
No,
have time to
I've
make
got
a
some
liverwurst
like
sandwich,
just raw
so-
iron if you want that.
Hmm?
Yeah, I've been just putting things in my mouth, mostly food. Since
Okay.
we started, so you're fine.
Yeah, same.
So anyway, what would you all
Zolta
like to
eventually
do?
wakes up.
with or without
Go to the
Zulta?
Zoras.
Hey
Was there
guys,
any
sorry, you talk.
you
You
first?
have you have pre-science knowledge.
I do have pre-science knowledge. Speaking of that, let me look at my character sheet.
Not to be that guy, but pre-science is just a hypothesis. It's just theorizing.
I mean, correct.
But some people pre-science better than others.
To be honest,
Yes.
no hypothesis means no science or post-science. Like, you got to start with the
No,
pre-science.
absolutely. But it's like I have.
And to be
that
clear,
just means you have a theory. That's all
and
it
to be
means.
clear for chat, the only reason why I have pre-science is that I didn't know what it was and I submitted it like an idiot.
We are referring to prescience, not pre-science. We're
Correct. Prescience is
to
what the
make it
actual
clear,
stat
we
is.
just make a joke that it's pre-science.
Are we
I
sure we're
did
not talking
know
about
this.
presence?
Yes.
I believe when he was leveling his character, he thought it was either perception or presence. And then
I don't
he
know what
actually
I was
looked
thinking.
and
I
went,
don't
"What's
know.
pre-science?" I don't remember giving myself a pre-science. And then we turned him into a psychic. So
Yeah. And I was gonna think of
There's
what I
a
could
new
use that
meaning
for.
to a bird's
I'd-
eye view.
I mean, I don't know what to do with that right now, so I'm just gonna let you start.
okay. So what do you all want to do then?
Guys, there's some Gorons that are here, which is extremely shocking to me.
Oh.
'Cause they don't really
Let's
like
see
to
some
leave the city.
Gorons. Let's go.
But,
Let's talk to them.
Gorons.
They might know where the not manager is.
Yeah, let's talk to them then.
Also, they just might
Wait,
know.
why aren't we
other
just
things.
asking Zolta? She can find a manager anywhere.
Zolta, find a not manager.
That doesn't seem like it's helping.
I can
She
find a
only
waiter anywhere.
I feel like this is your unknown ability. It's your calling. He just happened to call himself the manager. I
So
feel like
you
Zolta
have
can bring out
pre-science now.
her BKE.
I hate that acronym so much.
I don't care.
I know you don't. Yeah, let's go
I
meet
plugged
some
my
Gorons.
ears, so I don't know what it stands for, and I'm very
No.
happy.
Your big Karen energy. Now you
Nope,
know. Oh,
can't hear it.
So
Yeah,
what
let's
do you
meet
want
some
to do?
Did they say where exactly these Gorons are in the city?
Yeah, they're.
Yeah, they gave you a description. So
Cool.
I know the general direction.
Cool. Lead the way. Let's go.
it's
talk to them.
I
remarkably
actually
difficult
might
to miss
stay
them.
asleep because I just realized I've got a level of fatigue.
Well, eventually, someone larger than you will kick you out of the bed. So
I mean, fair, but I think it's like 24 hours rest, no battle, and then I'm okay.
okay.
I don't have to sleep the entire time, but I'm just going to say that there's a reason Zolta's tired.
Oh,
Zolta,
okay.
do you just want me to carry you?
Fine. Head back down, back asleep.
I
Like firemen
Lead.
carry.
I lead the group carrying a Zora on my shoulder and just walk very, very slowly as I try and clock every single person I see walking around town looking for this person.
Okay.
Zolta's definitely drooling on his shoulder.
Is that a manager? Is that a manager?
As you get there, you eventually start hearing sounds that are somewhat familiar to you. You hear metal hitting metal, rocks being beaten against other rocks, the sound of Goron juice sizzling and
God.
steaming.
Oh God. Oh God. Just sounds
I
wrong.
walk- I walk faster once I smell the Goron juice.
As you get there, you can see a kind of very small makeshift forge at the back of this little encampment here. And then you see something that looks very familiar to you, a very, very large kind of backpack with various pieces of wood on it that are meant to kind of collapse down to make kind of a mobile shop anywhere they need to. And you see these Gorons are just kind of packing things up. And as you get closer, one of them turns to you and goes, "Aruna?"
Do I know this person?
Yes, this is actually a traveling Smith group that you traveled with for a couple years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Backstory revelations.
yeah. As a traveling kind of merchant and everything like that, you would have met quite a few people doing kind of your round through all the different places. But this particular group, off and on for over a year, you travel with them, and they know your family and.
Okay. So it's not surprising to me that they're traveling as well.
No,
do I
like
remember their name?
Yes. There is Philo, who is the smith in the back. Soar, who is the one with the backpack, and then the third one you don't recognize, but it is a much younger person, probably anywhere between about like 10 to 12.
Who was the one who said hello, or who said Aruna?
That would be Soar.
Okay. Oh, hey, Sor. I didn't know that it would be you. They said Gorons were here. I didn't think it would be you guys. Actually, I probably should have realized it would be you guys. But how are you?
Well, we're doing okay. We haven't seen you in a while. Like,
I've been busy.
Yeah, well, we kind of assumed you've been busy because, normally you're making your rounds, and that makes you busy enough. But, the fact that we hadn't seen you in a while, we stopped here for a while because we thought that maybe if we stayed long enough, you'd kind of catch up. But it looks like you have. So it's a good idea.
But I can't come with you. No, I have other things to do. Maybe
that's too bad.
I'll tag along later. Hey, have you guys seen a guy around town that looks like they have manager potential?
That's a good question. I don't know. Philo, have you seen someone that fits that description? Oh, no, I can't really think of it. Like management potential, like someone that could be a leader, or someone that looks like they like a mid-level manager, or maybe like a low entry-level manager. Like that's different kind of potential.
When I say like manager potential, I mean like someone who looks like if this city was more established, that they could run a underground criminal syndicate.
That's a good question. I have to think about it for a little bit. I'm not sure.
That's fine.
Yeah, that is a really good question. I was thinking, like, if I were, like, we were just having, like, a thought, process where we were like, if I wanted to start an organization, and we got into thinking about criminal organizations, but you know what? No one we've met here we really thought would be the greatest criminal organizer. So, yeah, that's kind of weird that we, it's like parallel thinking, I think is what it's called. Where it's two different people that have the same idea, similar times.
Superior
even though they've never talked.
Sales. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah. Hey, can I have some Goron juice? I'm very excited.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, by the way, I didn't introduce you to my friends here. On my shoulder here is Ulta. She's asleep. She's also evil. This is Kess, and this is Pierre.
Howdy.
And this is Aurel.
Since you asked before, if you were looking for someone that might be able to run their own criminal syndicate, I hear this Zulta girl is evil, and that's like one of the things you generally need to run a criminal syndicate.
Yeah,
so
no,
that might be her.
She could definitely do it, or she could at the very least delegate someone to do it.
Yeah.
Volta wakes up and has to say,
Running
I'm not
syndicate.
evil, but I would be successful, and goes back.
I
Isn't
think
just gonna like pat her and
They're there.
as best she
They're
can
there.
from as high up as she is, and then just go, look, the thing with running a syndicate is you do on some level have to be able to work with people, and
You're not that.
Girl,
trust me,
you're
it's a
not that
struggle
girl.
day to day, but we love her.
Hey,
Also, are you only going to introduce me as Aurel? Rude.
I'm sorry.
Would you like me to go on about you?
Aruna is normally really polite. Wow, you've really changed. Well, here, I'll go. Hi, my name is Sor, and I knew Aruna for a while. We're both like merchants, though the stuff that he sells tends to be a little bit more explosive than the stuff that I sell. And if you're traveling with him, I would recommend if you see him like by himself and like he has like little tools and that, maybe move your stuff away because I lost like a lot of stuff because eventually like it'll explode because that's what it's supposed to do. But anyway,
Well, to be fair, you took a really, really hot and fiery iron next to explosive material. So that was probably a bad call on your part.
Hindsight is 20/20 when you say that, hey, Tyne, do you want to bring some Goron juice around for these people? And you see this child come over with some Goron juice and gives some to Aruna, and then he sees Zulta unconscious, and he kind of looks, and he sees Kess right next, and so he just kind of gives one to Kess, and then another one to Kess, and then goes to Arel and gives her a little kind of stone tumbler of it, and goes to Pierre and gives you the stone tumbler of this rock juice.
This juice is very rich in minerals. You guys will like it.
Yeah, it's great, especially if you're low on like zinc or iron or steel, carbon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pierre's very tired. He's just gonna take a sip of it.
I should not have this much minerals. Would you like?
Pierre, as you take a sip, it's like drinking hot mud. Like it's grainy and gritty.
Yeah.
Best way to wake up.
It gets in your teeth, like you just like your entire mouth feels like you just drank a big old thing of sand.
I don't like sand.
But your
It's
teeth are
coarse
clean.
and it's rough.
It's rough and irritating.
Gets anywhere.
Especially now it's in my teeth. Cool. But I'll just be like, delicious.
Here, I didn't realize you had
You
teeth.
don't have to.
I didn't think I did either.
What?
Not in
You
the
grew up your
character.
whole you grew up your whole life not knowing you had teeth.
Gets
don't
in
know
your
how birds
beak.
work. Yeah, it's in my beak.
Yes, antagonize
I
the
don't-
DM. It's a brilliant idea. Right before the anniversary randomizer. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Just
Okay,
gonna
Like
I'm
you
just
point out
saying.
to Jody that Zolt is completely asleep and no antagonization is occurring.
You said you're not able to join us again.
Yeah, I have more important things to do.
Well, that kind of hurts. I thought what we do is pretty important. Like, we go around and
Oh,
we
it's
provide
it's really
drugs.
really important, but this is just like a lot more important.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're there's some stuff happening that we're trying to make sure it doesn't happen.
I
Oh,
also
you
don't
know
know if I'm
what?
allowed to tell you about it.
I know exactly what
Rude
you
way
mean.
to
Like,
describe our marriage.
We're not married yet.
and as soon as you say that, Philo, who's been on the
You're just a cat.
forge, just kind of working on stuff. Goes, what?
There's been a steady metronome of tinking, and it just stops.
Aruna is married.
No, not yet.
No, we're engaged, but she's also allowed to see other people.
Why didn't you tell us that? And you see him
boy.
come over, and Arel, before you can think,
No,
you are
no.
enveloped in a Goron bear hug as he kind of lifts you into the air. This calls for a party.
You know what? I think we're good on parties for today. Thank you, though.
Oh yeah, we
No,
actually had a party
no.
last night.
Let's
Um,
party.
It didn't.
No, we're
it
good on
didn't go
parties.
very well.
You know what though? This is a Goron party. It'll be a lot better. There's no people dressed as Yiga Clan or Yiga Clan dressed as people here.
That's. I mean,
That you
that's
know of.
that's.
Because we
good.
didn't know either.
Well, are any
You
of
just
the
have-
people?
Wait. You can't go around saying things like that. Like, even just saying
Oh,
that
sorry.
name can get you in trouble. So, maybe
We're
we
just
can-
saying it to you though.
Are there
Yeah,
rumblings of stuff that you know of in this area then?
Well,
I will not be saying the name, but
I mean, they're everywhere. You never can tell who's gonna be one of them. There was,
I always felt like it was harder for them to dress up as Gorons because they have to like put a lot more stuff on.
Well,
to do
yeah,
it.
but maybe you haven't realized this, Aruna. We're the only Gorons here. We're surrounded by Hylians
Yeah.
and well, not too many Sheikah. We don't really see them much anymore, which is kind
we
of
don't see-
sad.
Don't see any Gorons either except for us. But that's why I'm like, it's okay to party with you guys specifically.
Yeah. Well, there's actually been, conversations in some of the towns about forming like a group who could hunt down, Yiga clan members and maybe River Zora as well, just to really kind of deal with that, before it becomes a problem.
I've seen what that looks like, and I would recommend against it.
Yeah. Because you might, get people who don't really care what
Yeah.
kind of those things you actually are, and if you just look similar, they want to kill you.
I know there's not really like a government right now, but if you empower like a group of entitled people who just have a license to hunt down and kill whoever they want, then they tend to just hunt down the people they don't like for whatever reason.
That's
Yeah.
a very good point that I hadn't
yeah,
really
that can
considered.
go sideways very quickly.
A lot of people just think of the Yiga clan as just, well, they're all evil, but, because it's really hard to tell who's a Yiga and who's not a Yiga, I could see that becoming a big problem.
Even the Zora, sometimes it's hard to tell who's a River Zora and who's not.
There's literally no physical difference.
Yeah. I guess that idea just needs a little bit more time in the oven before you really finish. Put some limitations in there, but
Yeah, maybe we should focus on like the whole Ganon floating around the castle thing first, and then once
Yeah,
that's dealt with,
let's-
Maybe we also stop calling Zolta evil.
You're asleep.
It's a
well,
joke.
It is. It is.
I guess.
anyway,
I
we
need
can party
to
if you guys want,
give
but
you
we
some
also need
sort
to
of,
go.
Yeah.
present for your engagement. How about?
Oh,
I know.
And he goes back, and you see him kind of tossing through things, and he comes back with a diamond.
I
oh,
was gonna use this to kind of forge something pretty amazing. Some diamond-tipped Goron smashers. Just for getting through some of the heavier stuff. But I figured, with the whole engagement thing, it makes
Right.
sense.
yeah. No, thank you. This is incredibly useful and thoughtful.
Well, I do what I can. We traveled together for a while, and I think we know each other pretty well, and, it's the least I can do.
Well, I think you could do a lot less, but this is a lot, so thank you.
Well,
Here you go, Aurel, and I just offer it up.
And it's like in his hands, it's it's like here. But when it gets, it's a massive uncut to the diamond.
It's pretty.
Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right,
And then I turn to Philo. Thank you.
well, I've got some work to finish here, but if you guys ever do want to have a party, we're probably gonna keep, at this particular place until they decide to move, and then we'll probably,
Yeah.
continue going. We've been
We're
here for
eventually-
about 4 weeks, so we're thinking they'll probably be moving in another week
Yeah,
or two here.
Probably. We're gonna probably head to Zora's domain here soon. But after that, I don't know where we're gonna be.
So. If you're going to Zoro's domain, maybe you could do me a favor. I've got a custom order that they wanted, but
it's been so long since I've been able to make it all the way to Zora's domain, and there's not a whole lot of commerce there. So here, let me go get it.
Oh, okay.
And he goes into his bag, and he brings back a weapon wrapped in an oilcloth. You just wanted to deliver this oh, I've got the name right. Give me 1 second. And he goes back. You see him going through paperwork. Hey, Sor, do you have the paperwork on this blade? I can't remember who it's supposed to go to. Yeah, let me look. And he's like, keeps trying to get into his backpack while he's wearing it, so he just keeps turning around. Finally, the kid comes up and just puts a hand up and stops him. Reaches up, pulls it out. Points to a name.
I like this kid.
The name is the first name is blank, but the last name is
Oh, I know a
Kalio.
blank.
The last name was what?
Kalio.
Oh,
Zolta is deeply asleep.
Where's my note section in this game?
okay. I'll just look for someone with this last name and try to get it to him.
All right. Just be a little
I'll
careful
tell him it's
with that,
from Philo.
be a little careful with that blade. I put some extra stuff into it because that's what was ordered. So it's very sharp and it's got a bit of a kick to it.
I'll keep it away from my explosive materials.
That'd be a good idea.
Well, hopefully I will see you guys soon after I'm done doing important things.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
And I'll start walking away so that we're not awkwardly just standing next to people we just said bye to.
All right.
I will
Make it.
follow.
The awkwardness, you have to keep saying bye because you've run into them again. And...
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, we're not going to do like the Midwestern goodbye.
Like, ah.
Walk to the same
Yeah,
place.
we
in the
better
parking
give him
lot.
back the cups.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I don't know if we're ever gonna find this manager guy here. I know he's here, but there's a lot of people. So do we want to keep looking for him, or do we want to just head to Zora's domain?
Honestly, who's to say that we won't run into this guy later on anyway?
Well, the fact that he's here in this group of people / town, and that we're heading directly away from them.
We know that he's actually in this town.
I'm pretty sure. I remember what woke me up from my dead sleep in the middle of the night was remembering that I had seen his face just in passing. So I'm pretty sure he's here. Maybe I misremembered. I don't know.
Why do we need this guy?
We don't.
To kill.
Then honestly, why don't we just continue on our journey? We should just head to Zora then.
Okay.
So,
I didn't hear what you said, Kes, but I assume it was important.
Do we need to kill this gentleman? Like, what is the whole? You're
Well, I would
Zolta.
prefer not to kill innocent people. Although if
Wait.
he's not innocent,
Who's innocent? I'm so confused.
Yeah, Zolta murmuring in her sleep.
okay.
Kill.
So what the deal is that in the other Hyrule, I think it's the your Hyrule, this guy's like a crime lord, and we're supposedly owing him something from this realm, right? But if we find him here, then we can, like, I don't know, figure out if he's bad or good. Maybe
But
here.
this is a different realm version of him.
It's a different realm version of him.
So why?
Okay,
How
putting
is that
all
relevant?
ethics aside for a moment, if we killed him here, he would probably die in the other Hyrule.
No,
But
that
I
doesn't
don't-
track because we've definitely met somebody who was dead. Remember when we were being chased by the Yiga clan, and when we first
Right.
arrived? Like, I think what you're
Right.
thinking of is whatever has happened with our traveling selves, where like only one of us exists, and that whole weird thing with watching Arel die multiple times.
Well, there is that.
Cool.
Well, but
Science.
it did
But-
hurt, and. It
But
was
I think
really-
we're also special because we don't have counterparts, but we still exist. But
we
if you
might have had
remember,
counterparts. We did watch Arel's
Right.
counterparts die. Well, I did.
Right.
Multiple
Right.
times. It was very
Right.
weird. She hit on me
Yeah.
before she died.
that
What
was
is
all.
wrong
That's
with you?
incredibly weird.
Not, and I still don't understand why you're surprised.
But also, if you remember, whenever we killed the what are the people that chase you? Shadow hunters or something?
Yeah, those.
We killed one of them from your high roll, and then his doppelganger in this high roll just randomly died at the same time.
Did he? I thought he was still alive.
Nope.
No.
Hi, out of character. Zolta killed him by draining his life away, and then the version of him in that the world we entered also became like mummified, desiccated,
Okay,
and
so
died.
if we're not gonna kill him in this realm, what's the point?
Well, that's I'm saying we could
She's
figure
right.
out if he's bad,
I'm
and then
not-
if he
I'm-
is. But then there's also a third one that we know about who would probably die, and we don't know anything about him.
Yeah, so if we're not actually going to find him to murder him, and I'm not trying to advocate for murder, I'm just
She
saying
says-
in the interest
Wait a second.
In the
I'm-
interest of time.
As
of
I'm
results.
I'm gonna do this one thing since I'm
if
rereading
we're not
my
going to
sheet.
kill him, which would affect the other two,
Can
having
I?
any other conversation seems really pointless. I'm not advocating we do kill him. I'm just saying the conversation seems like a moot point.
Right.
Now that I've realized what my character sheet is, could I use my pre-science to like?
Now that I
Try to
realize
figure
what my
out-
character sheet is.
I don't remember anything. It's been months since I've
Fair.
actually had to look
So-
at this stuff.
Thus far, the abilities your prescience has given you is effectively remote viewing
Precognition.
and flashes of things that may happen in the future. I'm not saying prescience can't give you the ability to try to find someone in the way that you're describing, kind of scry on a specific person, but thus far, you have not used that
Okay.
ability.
Because I was specifically about to ask can I try to see at the very least, look like in the past of if this person went somewhere or left the town, but that would be essentially in that period that we were in there where he might have seen him. I don't know if I am able to do that in that case because I haven't really used it.
If you want to try, you
I
can
give it a
attempt
shot.
to. I will say it will be very difficult
That's fine.
for you to succeed, and if you fail in this particular instance, the results will be interesting, to say the least. So I will leave that to you.
Define interesting. No. Okay.
It's if you succeed, you succeed. If you fail, you fail. This, because you are effectively awakening a new ability, will be more extreme than if you just failed at something you've done before.
That's fair. You know what? I'm not gonna waste my time.
Okay.
Are you okay? You look deep in thought again. Are you going to not talk for 2 more hours?
No. I was just kind of putting what I wanted to do a thing, and I'm not gonna do a thing.
Oh. Well, to answer your point, Cass is gone. Well, I guess we should just go to Zora's domain.
But I am kind of curious about the shadowy figure you guys saw a long time ago that you had mentioned like twice and no one has responded to.
Was that the thing that we fought in the pilot?
We didn't fight him. I specifically saw him.
Yeah, one person saw him.
In between portals. In the void. And then Tess saw him kill an Arel. So we think he's like a really bad and mysterious person, but we don't know anything about him.
Well, if there's a chance he'll pop up again, then we might as well just continue.
Pop up
Yeah.
again and kill us.
Well, he hasn't. So, okay. So originally, when we were first discovering we could, like,
go between like Hyrules and stuff. Apparently, no one else saw him, but whenever I traveled through a portal, he just sort of appeared before I got to the other Hyrule and just said "finally," which was really ominous and foreboding. And then I never saw him again until Kess said she saw someone who looked like him kill your other selves. That's it.
Gotcha.
That's all we know.
Okay.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Cool. Aruna, which way from here is Chizora?
That way.
And I'm assuming you point like north or something.
I point to wherever.
At this
Okay.
particular point, it is to the east.
Okay. I guess I'll start heading there and just go. All right. Shall we?
Oh, you're walk. Okay, cool, great. Well, let us go then. This Goron juice really helped a lot. Thanks for going on the piss stop with me, guys. By the way, did you guys like it? Because I know how to make it.
I don't
It's
know.
interesting. It's not for me. I've tried it once before. I have extra if you would like more.
I forgot that it kind of tastes a little bit like sand in a way. At
Yeah,
least to me.
yeah. No, it's like hot mud, but also like
It
with
sure
like
is.
minerals and grains and stuff,
Yeah.
like rock dust.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
It's just not.
What did you think, Aurel? You see a very hopeful expression on Aruna's face.
Oh no.
You know, I didn't manage to try it.
Oh, you could try it now.
No, I'm good. I'm okay right now. Thank you though.
You want to try it tomorrow?
Dishonesty this early in the relationship is not really promising for a successful marriage.
But it's true, I didn't try it.
That's true. I don't think she actually did.
She didn't, but
So is that a yes on trying it tomorrow?
But there's a limited supply, so I'll leave it to you. It doesn't seem like it would suit my palate.
Oh,
Or my
Okay.
stomach. Actually, yeah, my stomach too.
do you guys think Zolta would like it?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay, yeah. All right. I'll make some for her.
Yes, she would. Yes, very much so. Yes. She
Just
probably
wake her
don't
up
even
by
ask.
giving her a cup.
Don't even ask. Just give her a cup and put it in her hand when she's barely awake.
We've already done
With a
that.
cover on. Do it again.
Not end well. For anyone. Y'all are gonna die.
We now
Wow.
begin the trek to Zora's domain.
So, to get to Zora's domain, you have another like week and a half worth of to travel. During that week, are there specific things that you would like your characters to be doing during your downtime?
I guess
I
I'll
would
work
like
on more
to wake
pre-science.
Okay.
The first thing the next morning, I make drinks for everyone, water for everyone except for me and Zolta, and I make Goron juice.
Okay.
And given that Zolta remembers what happened the last time you just handed her Goron juice without telling her anything, she hands it back to you.
Wait, no, this one's for you.
No, this one's for you.
No, I have. See, mine's right here.
Yeah.
And this
no,
is-
this is also yours.
Why? Why? What?
We've done this before, Runa.
Done
You're
what?
not tricking me again.
I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just trying to give you some Goron
Nope.
juice.
Nope, this is yours.
You don't want it?
Hey,
Everyone
what's
else said
this
you wanted it.
package?
Oh, it's a sword or something. It's a blade of some kind. We have to deliver it to someone in Zora's domain.
I'm going to open the package.
No, don't do that.
The blade itself is just again it's wrapped in an oilcloth and it's tied with leather straps.
I do not let her open the package if at all possible.
Yeah, I mean you're bigger than she is, so if you guys want to turn this into an actual contest, we can. Otherwise,
Size is not everything.
oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that. However, when trying to keep something away from someone else, I can tell you from personal experience, size is an advantage.
It does help if you're an 8-foot rock monster and can just do this.
Did you just call me a monster?
No,
Yes.
called you a lobster.
Rock
Lobster.
So,
Because
as
my
Zulta
experience,
kind
climb
of
that
goes over
bitch like a
and
tree.
starts trying to open it up, Aruna kind of takes it away.
Yes, my
We really
experience
shouldn't
too.
open other people's packages.
We can repackage it.
We
There's
could, but
packages,
it's not
for
polite.
being human.
Okay, but what if they gave you something like illegal to carry? Then you'd get in trouble. We really should check to make sure that there's no illegal contraband in there.
Sound logic.
I'm good.
I will say, Zulta, as you were starting to mess with it before it was taken away from you, you did recognize a seal on it that seemed very familiar to you.
Why are we transporting this?
Well, oh, right, you were asleep. So, my buddy, Philo, had a commission to make a weapon or something for someone in Zora's domain. And they were going to be far away, and I told them we were going there, so we're just running it to him. He's
Okay.
fine. I travel with him for a lot longer than I've traveled with you guys.
So you have no idea who this is for.
No, it's and I look at the label again. It's for someone I don't know their first name, but the last name is Callio.
Okay, and you have no idea who that is.
No, I was just going to ask around.
Zolta has now realized he doesn't know her last name after nearly 4 years. And is like, okay, that's fine. You can go do that when we get in town. And Zolta
That
now
was the
has
plan,
plans to be
yeah.
as far away as possible from Aruna once we get into the Zora domain.
So now,
Um,
having actually heard that, because I didn't actually look
mhm.
at the label initially.
I would assume being married.
I definitely
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Probably
Oh
heard.
no, I know. I just hadn't looked at the actual thing.
Yeah.
It's like, so not
I-
a good relationship with the family. Then I take it.
I will say, Zulta, just feeling it as you were kind of messing with it, and then knowing what that is, you would have a pretty good idea of what is in the package, because had things gone differently in your life, you would have been gifted something like this upon, without going into too much detail, upon graduation.
Upon completion of the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Oh, like this.
what is being transported is very valuable and very, very useful.
And I'm going to stay far away from Aruna when he goes to deliver it.
Okay.
So, how many
That's
days did you said we have?
Like a week.
A week?
I'll pre-science if anything. I don't know
Your
what I could do
wife?
with that.
You want to have a conversation?
Maybe in the middle of the night when everyone's asleep.
All right, we're gonna have
Well,
that
you've got a
conversation.
week. As far as your pre-science, what specifically did you want to work on for the week? Did you want to try and get this more like targeted remote viewing that you wanted to try
Yeah.
before?
Yeah, let's do that.
They have no idea. For people that are watching right now, they can't hear the music.
We got a second raid party.
We do really enjoy the raids. I have no control over the sound effects for that, because I don't know which part of this really well designed thing controls that. So thank you for the raid. And if I tell you guys, like if I start going like this, probably means that there's really loud music playing for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
So back to pre-science. What specific thing? Again, the abilities you currently have are random flashes of things that might happen in the future, and the ability to remote view a location.
Can I get that ability that I was trying to do? It's like to scry or find like a pinpoint of, all right, say we might have seen this person, where like a little bit of
yeah.
information about
So
where they
remote
moved.
viewing based on a person itself, which is a little bit more
Yes.
difficult than a location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you will work on, and for the next game, I would say, since we're getting a little bit late here, I'll have you roll and see just how much progress you made on that. Especially
Okay.
since I think. So yes. So that happens. Do you guys want to, in the middle of the night during one of these things, do you guys
Yeah,
want to have
we're
a
gonna
conversation?
go for a talk if
Okay.
she wants to keep it quiet, or I'm gonna let everybody know.
So-
yeah, fine. We're
Oh,
going
no.
for a talk.
to have
You're gonna have a
forgotten.
conversation.
So on the second night, Pierre is over focusing on his pre-science abilities and trying to do that.
Trying to be Doctor Strange.
Pierre's
Arel
gone back to
and
normal.
Aruna are having their own conversations about the things.
Do you want me to introduce you as my fiance, or I didn't realize that offended you?
No, I didn't. It sounded funny in my head, but it wasn't funny actually after
Ask
it was
her
said,
about the
so you
Goron
can-
juice.
You can just
Talk to
yeah.
your, if you don't talk to your kids about Goron juice, who will?
This is your brain. This is your brain on Goron juice.
Any questions?
This is your mouth. This
Phew.
is your mouth with Goron juice in it.
This is your relationships on Goron Juice. This is your business opportunities.
Rachel.
And it's
Cook.
just sand.
I love Rachel Lee Cook. So, Kess and Zulta, as everyone else has kind of gone off to their own and they're starting to sleep, you two kind of wander away from the
Let's go
group
take
a bit.
a walk, a romantic walk.
Sure.
The area that you're in right now, you guys have decided to camp near a little kind of stream. The further east you go, the more kind of marsh-like the land gets. But this particular area is still mostly dry land with these little streams cutting through every so often. So it's this kind of nice, picturesque place. The campsite itself is set up next to a tree, so there's a little bit of coverage. But you have this very nice little path you can walk next to the river.
So, who's that for?
I don't know exactly who it's for because there was no first name,
Yes, yes.
but clearly my family name exists in this realm.
And you are terrified to go back because
Some stuff happened. It was
I'm gonna need a
traumatic. I
little bit
prefer not
more.
to think about it.
I'm gonna need some specifics, or I'm
I
gonna
really
let...
prefer not to think about it. I don't
I
like
understand that, but if there's a possibility that we're gonna walk right into some trouble, actually, I don't really see how that's.
it. Yeah, we're not in
possible because
my
you
realm,
don't
so I don't
exist
think there's
here.
any trouble that we're gonna
Okay,
walk
so
into.
I don't see the harm in telling your wife what the heck's going on.
It is very painful to me, and I'm not ready to discuss it.
Okay, will you be ready in like the next 4 nights? Because otherwise, I'm gonna have a conversation with Aruna.
Aruna currently thinks that the Zora in my world are cannibalistic, crazy people.
I know, and that's gonna really just be annoying for you. Is really what I'm saying.
Well, what exactly do you want to know? Because I already told you that
you told me
some
a
stuff
vague
happened.
thing of some stuff happened.
Yeah.
That
And
could
then
be
I left,
anything
and
from,
apparently
like-
there's now a bounty
I
to return
broke-
me.
Okay. Well, let's start. So why is there a bounty? Are you going to be arrested, like Pierre? Are you
like, do I need to make sure that like we're armed so that no one can arrest you? Is this like
I mean, we should
a
be
stolen
armed, just
princess thing? Oh my god, did I marry royalty?
I'm so sorry, Kess. No, I am not a princess.
She's a queen.
You'll always be my princess.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so let's get to the truth here. What's going on?
The bounty was by family members, so likely not going to be arrested, but you know, our world's dangerous, so just always be prepared for a fight anyways.
Four nights.
I have no idea what's going to happen in this world. I don't know
you can
what
tell
family
me what
members
happened in
exist.
yours.
I don't like to think about that. That's very
I understand
traumatic.
you don't like to think
No.
about it, but this is a conversation that needs to happen because things are going to happen regardless if you don't like to think about
Yeah,
them.
but we're not going to be in that realm yet, so we don't
You
have to
can't
think about it yet.
manifest things not happening. That's not.
Yeah, I can. We're
you
not in
can't-
that realm, so it's not happening right now.
All right. Well, I think this is a problem with our marriage at this point.
You married someone who likely has PTSD and an avoidant personality disorder.
Yeah, but she doesn't have that kind of self-awareness.
Yeah, that was definitely a this
We
conversation.
all have sketchy backgrounds.
Okay, why don't you tell me about your background, Kess?
You know about mine.
Just tell me more. I want to hear some stories about your youth.
You're deflecting.
I'm
And I'm not
also
gonna get caught in
interested
these.
in my wife's
Really?
history.
What's
Yeah.
my parents' names?
I don't know. Tell me.
We've met them.
Okay, but we weren't married then.
We met them. You don't even know my parents' names.
To be fair, I don't even know your last name.
Okay. I have never said this before, but we are fighting now.
Where's the
And
enemy?
I'm going to go take a moment. And there is a good chance that I may let Aruna know what your last name is because I'm a little pissed right now and I'm feeling retaliatory. And if you get angry at me for that, I learned it from watching you. Back to camp.
Okay, but what are we fighting? Where's the fight?
You say as Kess's, you say to Kess's back as she walks away. And I hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you go.
You're not a Rel.
Yeah, let's be clear. Zolta didn't say that. Zolta is still trying to find the fight.
So, Kess, as you get back, you can see Aruna and Arel have kind of settled down. And Pierre is still concentrating very hard on nothing, it seems.
On brand.
You kind of expect eventually like a little drop of blood to happen, but it doesn't. So you're not sure if that means that he's winning or losing, but...
Yes. At this point.
So, Kess, what would you like to do?
Trying to remember what I was working on with my schematics. I don't think it was anything in particular. So I'm going to tell Bool to keep watch and let me know if anything's gonna like just kind of keep a little radius watch and to wake me if there's any like concerning disturbances. And I'm going to go and take a nice angry sleep.
Okay. Zulta, you are currently alone. More alone than you felt in a while. You can see the camp about a couple 100 feet away. Kess has lied down angrily and turned herself away from the place where you would normally sleep beside her. what would you like to do?
Yeah. I'm gonna practice some of my non entropy related attacks.
Okay.
Just because I know how my Zora realm is, and I'd like to have some other options more
Would
ready.
you be focusing on martial technique or elemental, or a combination of both?
I would really like to do a combination where I can have electricity around my fin blades.
Okay.
That's what I want to be working on.
Which again would not be an uncommon thing to have learned.
But how are you going to get surprise hugs in the middle of battle? Doesn't it?
So, how long do you want to? Do you want to spend the whole night doing it? Do you want to just spend a couple hours?
I'll spend the whole night. I slept a lot of this journey so far.
Okay. So when all of you awaken, then next morning, Kess, the first thing that you notice is Zulta didn't come to bed last night.
Well, she kind of wasn't invited to, so I don't care.
The rest of you, as you all wake up, I would say Aruna would probably be the first person awake, just due to his kind of merchant lifestyle. And the first thing you would notice is a few 100 feet away from the camp, you see something you have never seen Zulta do ever. She is doing martial drills. Kind of akin to like a form or a kata. You would see a martial artist doing. And every so often, as she's kind of attacking with her fin blade, you'll see little sparks of electricity going.
I just wake up. I assume Aurel, who is next to me. And I'll just say, hey, I think Cass and Zolta swap bodies.
Aurel is still asleep.
I look over for a response and just see it just looking. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll just roll over to Pierre. I'm like, hey, Pierre.
Huh?
I think that Cass and Zolta swap bodies.
What makes you think that?
Look,
Huh. That's different.
if Cass wakes up and acts really evil, we'll get confirmation.
Yeah.
So within the next 10-ish minutes here, everybody wakes up.
Hey, Cass. How do you feel about waiters?
What?
Like, would you ever tip a waiter?
It's just like the
Yes?
perfect test.
I very quickly tipped the waiters.
I'm very confused where this line of questioning is coming from, Aruna. It's
Are you
very
Zolta?
early. Have I programmed Bool how to make coffee?
She's not responding.
I would assume you probably taught Bool that coffee and tea before you taught it most of the other abilities it has.
Guys, she's deflecting just like Zolta. I think this swap happened.
Bool's your little
Please
percolator.
Don't correct him. Make him think we're swapped the rest of the journey.
She's watching the percolation. It's like, happy bean juice, happy leaf juice. I will be awake real soon. I want my tea and tasties. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, she's
Bool
just
starts
like Zolta.
repeating the song.
She's singing like Zolta.
On brand.
So, your general kind of normal wake up routine takes around 30-ish minutes, an hour if you include breakfast. Is there anything you guys want to do before you continue on your journeys?
Did Zolta rejoin us for breakfast?
Zolta will, yes.
Hey, Zolta.
Hi, Aruna.
What are your thoughts on Gears?
What do you mean?
Like, like in machines and stuff. What do you feel about them?
I think a better question would be, Zolta, have you written anything down today?
Take a legend point. That was brilliant.
Yes.
I didn't come here to be called out. Yet here
Do
are.
we ever?
Neither of them are talking.
Zolta's just
must
really
be.
confused, especially after
Eileen-
Arel joined in.
I lean into Runa and say, yeah, I think they're the same person. I think we're fine.
What? Why? I'm definitely sure that they swap bodies. I'm just saying this out loud.
Oh, you think that Zolta and I swap bodies?
Why did you correct
Hey,
the
have I
name
told
just
you
then?
guys my last name before? Oh my god, let me tell you all about my family.
Okay, you're right.
She
You're right,
said
Pierre.
glare
They
to
didn't swap.
Zolta like,
Yeah.
They didn't
yeah,
swap.
I
I'm
think we're good.
still
I think we're
angry at you.
I think we're
They,
good.
they definitely didn't swap.
Zolta is furiously racking her brain to try and remember the names of these random people she didn't care about years ago.
Yep.
Hey, Kess, what's your last name?
Oh, we don't have one.
Oh,
It's not really a Sheikah thing.
Pierre, do you have
It's
it?
more
Oh,
of a
you changed your name.
Hylian thing.
Sheikah are a lineage based society, so you'd be son or daughter of.
But you know, you
confirm.
met my mother, Yuna, because it was an extremely emotionally devastating time for me. Because
Yeah, you were pretty
my
messed
parents weren't married in this realm.
up.
And you know, I didn't exist.
Yeah.
See, I remember those details. I
Oh,
just,
do you? Do you?
yeah, I
remember those
totally
details?
remembered Yuna.
Really?
Yeah.
Magically, after I have said it out loud. That's
Yeah.
funny, because last night it just seemed to.
I mean, I remembered you didn't exist in that
Fiance
world.
1 and Fiance 2. Should we just give them time? Should we just
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
over here?
I'm gonna like we're just gonna like take a couple
Three of
steps
us just
back.
pick up our food and move.
My favorite part
And
of
then
that
I'm gonna
though,
just, like,
is the
take
realization that Arel just said fiance 1 and fiance 2, but
Yeah, when
Aruna
did
was
you
the
and
one
Pierre
sleeping
get
between the two of
engaged?
them.
You guys are in the midst of a fight. You didn't hear that part.
This was like she like leaned
Chris
into
had
both
like
of us.
whispered in an actual whisper.
Not the
I
Aruna whisper.
I like
was
the
talking.
visual of all three of them just like looking at each other, picking up their food, and just moving.
I am gonna just like
Suddenly
sit
a
and just like
cafeteria
kind of
table with
popcorn.
trays.
I'm gonna try to just sit down and just be like, yes, I'm here for the tea.
Yes, I'm here. Just like, no.
And Bull comes with a cup of tea.
Thank you, Pool.
As you take a sip of it, you're like, "Damn, it's good tea."
Woo! Damn, Pool, this is
Imp
excellent.
has the best idea at any time. If I wish, Bool will play back things that Zolta has said to use against her in an argument.
So every time she says something,
Bull, play that
lets
back.
the Bull just goes, all right, can you say that? Can you loop it? Thank you.
Bool
Well,
has
maybe
now
there are
turned
Bull
into a clip
exclamation
machine.
point.
Zolta
quote.
never reveals anything about her life.
If you wish to create Bool clips, feel free to clip this and then tweet it at what is it? At Zelda Universe TV or at Zelda Universe
If we're
at
tweeting
Zelda
then
Universe.
Zelda Universe.
At Zelda Universe. You can also tweet it at
You can tell because
Green
it's got a check
T-Bone
mark next to the
and
name.
at Kiri Callaghan.
I was gonna like, you forget my name for a minute.
Anyway, as this squabbling continues, the group eventually does pack up their gear and continues on to the Zora domain. And that is where we are going to
Silence
end
is
it
deafening.
for today. As always, if you missed any of this episode, all of the episodes are actually right here on the Zelda Universe Twitch channel. You can just go to the videos and you can actually watch all 4 years of this show right here, which is pretty incredible. Quick reminder for everyone, Kiri, if you'd be kind enough to put a certain link into the chat.
Oh yes, 1 second.
Kiri Callaghan is an amazing author, and her latest book, Changeling, is now on pre-order. So please...
In multiple countries.
Yeah, please go there, pre-order it. We're trying to get her onto a best-selling list. And so all the pre-orders and the first week of actual sales will all combine into whether or not she gets on one of these lists. So, yes, buy the book. Her stuff is amazing. Yeah, share it with all of your friends.
And then quick reminder, if you are at PAX West, there's a panel tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific time, Sasquatch Theater, and then twitch.tv/PAX3 for the streamed version. So you can watch Elias and Mary and Amanda, and I think Trevino as well, talk about companions in Zelda.
Trevino's not here.
Is he not? I thought he was.
No.
And you'll definitely want to watch it because Elias is going to spend a portion of it talking about how amazing Ilya is.
Yeah.
As
and you
long as I can get
watch
away with it.
Amanda melt down. So
As long as she hasn't caught wind, you're good, Elias.
she
I
can't
think
hear
I'm
us. Anyway, folks, that is all for me today, and I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.